How jealous are Indonesian girls? Or how jealous can they get? This is the topic of today's video. This is what I want to talk about with you today. And I remember an incident a few years ago when I visited my girlfriend in the Middle East. She was working there, and I arrived at the airport. She picked me up. We went into a taxi, and then I opened my phone because I wanted to check my messages and emails and stuff. And I received a WhatsApp message from a friend of mine. She was a Filipina working in Dubai. And I knew this Filipina was into me at the time. She liked me very much. And sometimes she would send certain messages with certain emojis attached, you know, a kiss emoji or heart emoji. So I couldn't do anything about it. But while I was sitting in the taxi and opening my phone, already these WhatsApp messages started to pop up. And my girlfriend, she noticed these messages. I don't know how she did it, but you know, these women are very clever and very smart, and they have eyes like eagles. So she saw these messages, and you can imagine there was a big brouhaha, a big trouble coming. We went to our hotel, and then the rest of the evening was completely spoiled. Long story short, that issue was dragging on for many months, because from time to time she still would bring it up again and again and again. Even I reassured her that this girl, this Filipina, is just a friend. But you know, put yourself in her shoes. You know, if your boyfriend receives messages like that, you get very suspicious and you start to think, you know, why is she sending messages like this to my boyfriend? Maybe my boyfriend has something with her, you know. So very tricky situation. So yes, my girlfriend was very jealous. In my personal experience, when I have to compare Indonesian women with, let's say, German women, I will say that Indonesian women in general are way more jealous than Western women. This is just my experience. But maybe it is also, you know, I'm a Western foreigner and I only can speak out of my perspective, you know. So an Indonesian woman dates a Western foreigner. Yeah, we are kind of a hot commodity. So that's why maybe they are even more jealous. So that's why I have this perception, you know, that Indonesian women are generally very, very jealous. But I don't know, maybe they are not so jealous with their local Indonesian men. I have no idea. I'm not a local Indonesian man. I cannot tell you. Maybe the Indonesian girls in the audience can tell me how it is. Are you more jealous with the Western guys, or are you jealous in general? By the way, before I forget, I receive a lot of requests for special videos, like, for example, guys are requesting me to do videos about my biography, where I'm coming from and what I've been doing and what I'm doing, and asking questions about my minimalist lifestyle and how to escape the rat race, and about personal development and retirement in Indonesia, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, these are very interesting topics, and I will do videos about them, but since they are kind of special interest videos or niche topics, I will upload them to my membership site. There is a YouTube membership site. There is also a link in the description. You can check it out, and you can become a YouTube member if you want and support my work, and I would appreciate it. And this is what I would do, because, you know, although these topics I just mentioned are very important still to me, but I don't really see how they would fit with this content I'm producing here on the channel, because the content here is about dating, you know, in Asia and especially in Indonesia. So yes, I will shoot these videos, I will release them, but on my membership site. So I appreciate if you would hop on to the site and check it out. So some Indonesian women maybe would claim that, yeah, we are jealous, you know, but actually it's our way to show our care and love, you know. it's not so much about that we don't trust our partner, it's more about our care and love, you know. Honestly, I don't really buy it, you know. I don't buy this story because it sounds too much like Hollywood, you know, because in every Hollywood romance story or drama, we have certain drama, and a big portion of jealousy always plays a role in these movies, right? So I don't know if this is really true, you know, if it is really only about care and love and girls are jealous. But what certainly is true is that jealousy can protect you, right, from hurt, you know, because you have had bad experiences in the past. There are many reasons for jealousy, you know, and everybody has his own back story and history, you know, but some people, some girls were abandoned maybe when they were young as children. They were cheated, they lost a loved one, lack of trust plays a role, cultural differences in society. But overall, I claim that if you are jealous, you are insecure in one way or the other. Yeah, there are many reasons, but jealousy is a sign of insecurity. And maybe, yeah, it's protection, you know. And some women would probably say, no, I'm not jealous, I'm just protecting my hubby, my boyfriend, my partner, you know. Because there's a lot of competition outside, you know, so many other pretty gorgeous women, and, you know, and I'm just scared to get dumped, you know. So I'm not jealous, I'm just protective, you know. That's what they maybe say. So the spectrum of jealousy, of course, is huge, you know. I don't want to go into the entire spectrum here, but I just want to briefly mention the one side and the opposite side. So you have to know Indonesian women are very loyal. It's in their culture, and this is what they want. They want a loyal man, a loyal partner, a guy with integrity. Yeah? And what a, let's say, normal Indonesian girl would do, what my girlfriend, for example, is doing, I can share here with you. You know, when I travel to other cities or countries, because sometimes I have different assignments, she would say, rather kiddingly, but in a very non-confrontational way, okay, happy traveling, and don't forget, don't look at other girls because it will hurt your eyes, you know, stuff like that. Or she would just say, behave, you know, with a wink. I remember one time we went to a temple in Yogyakarta. We were walking around having a tour, and then suddenly a group of Indonesian women popped up, young Indonesian women, and we passed them, and my girlfriend then mentioned to me, look, this one girl looked at you, and I didn't even notice it, you know. So this is how these girls are, you know. This is how my girlfriend also is, you know. She's scanning her surroundings, you know. Where are other women? Where is potential danger? Where is potential competition, you know. She's scanning it like a Terminator, you know. And she could tell me that this woman looked at me, even though I didn't realize it, okay. Or, for example, her best friend, my ex-girlfriend's best friend, her name is, not ex-girlfriend, sorry. My girlfriend's best friend, her name is May, and she lives in another city in Indonesia, so they don't see each other very often. But sometimes I would ask her, so how is May doing? Because May is her best friend, and she is an important person to my girlfriend. So I would ask her, so tell me, how is May doing? And my girlfriend would say, why are you asking for her? Do you like her? You know, stuff like that. So this is how they play, you know. This is how they manage it. This is how my girlfriend is managing it, you know. Not in an aggressive way or drama way. No. But this is how they do it, you know. But then, of course, you have the other side of the spectrum, the exaggerated jealousy, you know, where women are very possessive, controlling, and needy, you know. These women, for example, would ask, where are you going? Or where are you right now? What are you doing? And if I would say, yeah, I'm here with my friends. Oh, who are your friends? Or I thought you are alone. Are your friends female or male? Are these kind of controlling CCTV surveillance kind of questions, you know? Or she would maybe, or this kind of woman would say, why don't you text me back, you know? Or where are you? Oh, I'm here at the beach, you know. Oh, really? Send me a selfie. Send me a picture, you know. There you go. You can see already. You better stay away from these kind of women, you know. That's not healthy. But in my experience, I can tell you, I never ran into these kind of drama queens in Indonesia. Yeah? Indonesian women are jealous, but they manage their jealousy in a different way. I never ran into these women who went apeshit, screaming, yelling, crying, creating a lot of drama, either in public or in private. No. Throwing tampo like in the Philippines, you know, giving you the silent treatment. No, never happened to me. I cannot confirm this, you know. Indonesian culture and therefore Indonesian people and also Indonesian women, it's a lot about face saving in Indonesian culture. So she wants to save her own face, but also at the same time she saves your face, which is actually very smart. So they don't like to create drama. These women would rather, yeah, they withdraw, they become more silent, but they don't give you the silent treatment. But especially they are not being aggressive or anything like that. This is not my experience. So very non-confrontational, but they are suffering, yes, and the jealousy is there, and it need to be solved, right? So how do you deal? How do you deal? How are we dealing with this jealousy thing? In my opinion, two things are important. Number one is talking, and number two is acting / the way you behave. And we have to know and understand that Indonesian women who are especially interested in foreigners, Western foreigners, that's a special case because, and I want to say not all Indonesian women are interested to date foreigners. There are also Indonesian women who don't care about foreigners. It doesn't matter where you're from. You're from Europe, America, Canada, Japan, South Africa, Bolivia, or India. They don't care. They don't wanna have to do anything with you. They are just interested in Indonesian men. But there are also plenty of Indonesian women who are open to date and to meet and to engage with foreigners, Western foreigners, for example, you know. And these women who are interested to date Western foreigners, they know very well that these Western foreigners are a hot commodity in Indonesia. Because, I don't know what's the ratio, but maybe a few 100,000 Western expats are currently living inside of Indonesia. And I forgot the number, but there are tens, really, there are tens of millions of women between the age of 18 and let's say 45 years old. Most of them are single and available, so there you can see the ratio. Yeah, these women who are interested to date Western men, they know very well you are a hot commodity and very rare, and they know their chance. What are the chances for them to even just meet and talk to a foreigner on the streets? These chances are very slim. So the chance of even dating one or really engaging with one Western foreigner is even slimmer, right? So this is what they know, of course, you know. And if they start to have a relationship with a Western foreigner, then of course they have this constant fear of losing this guy in one way or the other. One way would be she knows, oh, this guy is now working here for 1 or 2 years, but maybe in 2 years his contract is expiring and then he needs to go back to his home country. And what then? Are we going to separate? You know, I'm going to lose him. So this is one way, one fear. The other fear is very simple. Let's say you stay in Indonesia or you live in Indonesia and you say, oh, today I'm going to another city, to another town. I want to see something. I want to, I don't know, meet somebody. then also these women know in these other places, villages, towns, there are plenty of beautiful, pretty, sexy Indonesian women. And in the mind of this Indonesian girl, she thinks, oh, these other Indonesian women, they want to steal my boyfriend, my partner from me, you know. This is the kind of worries, fears and anxieties they have. This constant fear, you know, of losing the man, and this constant knowledge that there are other women around who might steal her partner from her. Even though the man is very loyal and there's maybe no reason to assume for her that this man would ever cheat on her, but they have these insecurities, they have these worries. Yeah? So this is, in that regard, the Indonesian women are similar to the Filipinas and the Thai girls. So I mentioned the two things how we can deal with this kind of jealousy in Indonesia. The first one would be talking, and this is very important. Yeah, you need to discuss this with your partner. Transparency is key, in my opinion, although it can be difficult for Indonesian women to openly discuss sensitive matters, because this is just how the culture also is, you know, shy, passive, non-confrontational, face-saving, you know, and our Western culture is more like more direct, open. We tackle things head on, find a solution, get it out of the way. But in Indonesia, it's not that easy. But it's still, in my opinion, the best way to do. You know, talk with her about it, make her talk to you, make her open up to you, and learn about her fears, her insecurities. And of course, once you learned about her insecurities and worries, anxieties and fears, then take her serious, you know. Don't make fun of it or don't belittle it, okay? And also be patient. You need a lot of patience. This is, in my opinion, the only real solution to fix or to improve this jealousy situation, you know. The second thing, of course, is your behavior. Jealousy, the causes for jealousies or for jealousy are sitting very deep. There is no quick fix for that, but what we can do as men, as boyfriends, partners or husbands, is, depending on her level of insecurity, to reassure her, you know. If necessary, you have to do it constantly, to comfort her, to give her compliments, to appreciate her, you know. Because when you give her compliments and appreciate her, then you will boost her confidence immediately, you will raise her self-esteem. And this is what these women, we talked about this in other videos, there's what these women suffer from rather lower self-esteem, you know. So your job is it to put her mind at ease in this or the other way. She needs to know that she is the only woman in your life. This is very, very important to these girls. Yeah? She needs to know that she is the center of your attention, basically, when it comes to women. I'm not talking about this neurotic way of wanting to be the center of attention, like, you know, what we discussed earlier, these possessive, controlling, needy kind of women. No, but a normal Indonesian girl needs to know that she is your number one. Long story short, so we are talking about continuous positive reinforcement. This is what you have to do with your Indonesian girl. And for example, when you are invited to an event, let's say by your company in Indonesia, take her along, take your girl along, bring her with you. You know, don't go alone, because when you go alone, you know, her mind starts to work again, against her, of course, you know, not into her favor. because she would think, oh no, he is at this event and she knows there are other women around, you know, and then she would start to think again, you know, maybe he is being approached by other women and this and that kind of stuff, you know. So bring her along, no problem. So let's say you are at an event, for example, you and your Indonesian partner are just standing there alone having a chat, and then suddenly you also scan your surroundings and you spot a attractive Indonesian woman. What you don't want to do is, of course, tell your girlfriend how attractive this woman is. I think that's a no-brainer, but I'm just saying it here anyway, because this is a very sensitive matter. You don't want to make her jealous on purpose. Especially not on purpose, you know. I mean, if you spot an attractive Indonesian woman, another Indonesian woman, and you on purpose want to hurt your girlfriend, and then just by mentioning how attractive this other woman is, then I think there's something wrong with you, you know. Then there's something wrong with you and not with your girlfriend or partner. Because why would you hurt your partner for what? But, you know, I heard some stories that it happened, you know, that men commented on other women in the presence of their girlfriends, you know, and this is not a smart thing to do, because there will be no drama on the spot. The Indonesian woman she will not create drama on the spot like maybe Thai women or Filipinas. But wait until you get home, then the trouble will start. Again, Indonesian women are very non-confrontational. Yeah, and this has maybe something to do with, this is almost like Buddhist style, you know. This very calm way of taking things, even big troubles, you know. Maybe that has to do with the Hindu culture, you know, because before the Muslim came, the Hindus were first, many hundreds of years ago. So that's very interesting to see in Indonesian culture. They're really calm and non-confrontational, you know, almost Buddhist-like. So, to conclude this video, it's a fact and it's true. Indonesian women are jealous, and in my experience overall they are more jealous than, let's say, Western women. And yeah, maybe it's true that their jealousy, the jealousy of Indonesian girls, is a way for them to show and demonstrate their love to their partners. Maybe there's some truth to it. Yeah. But what is definitely true is that they are scared to lose you, yeah? And they want security from you. They need the security. They need security and assurance that you are not cheating on her. This is key. This is very important to understand. Therefore, this continuous positive reinforcement, you know, they need the security, they need the assurance that she is the only woman in your life. Because that also has to do, that kind of mindset has to do with the Indonesian culture, because I lived in Indonesia, I worked in Indonesia, and most of my male colleagues were Indonesian men. Of course, we're Indonesians. The other way around. Most of my Indonesian colleagues were male stuff. And you know what males are talking about, you know, they're talking a lot about girls and chicks and sometimes sex also, even Indonesian men, you know. They are men at the end of the day. So their discussions and topics also circling around these kind of segments, right? But I also know from personal experience that some Indonesian guys, my colleagues, they had mistresses on the side, girlfriends on the side, girlfriends here, there, left, right, and center, you know. So, in other words, the Indonesian guys, they also enjoy their life. In Germany we would say, die sind keine Kinder von Traurigkeit. I don't know how to translate this into English, but Indonesian guys also want to live their life, they want to enjoy, even they're married. From the perspective of an Indonesian woman, that's unfortunate, but this is the reality in Indonesia. This is my experience, and these Indonesian women, they know that very well, of course. They know exactly how these Indonesian guys tick, how they think, and how they play. Yeah? And therefore, most likely this insecurity with the girls. That's why these girls are insecure, because they know what's going on. And if their Indonesian men or guys play like that, then they also automatically assume that the Western guys are maybe the same, you know. At the end of the day, we are also just men with our own needs and desires, right? So there is this constant fear and worry inside of the mind of the Indonesian woman. So give her the security and assure her that you're not cheating, that she is your woman number one, and there's no other woman around, there's no competition. Assure her of that, and yeah, long story short, actions speak louder than words anyway. Just demonstrate and show with your behavior that you are worth it. And with that being said, I'm checking out for today. Thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to your comments, and I'm gonna see you in one of my next videos. Take care. Bye bye.